How can we become Buddha? Having taken refuge in the three jewels and upholding the vows to attain the full and perfect enlightenment of a Buddha, as Bodhisattva practitioners, we will require cumulative and unremitting practices to complete the Buddhahood path and the three incalculable kalpas to become a Buddha. Enlightenment also involves us accumulating the correct views of unique Buddhist intellectual wisdom, derived from awakening to the true mind, Tathagata. All Buddhas have the four types of untainted wisdom upon attainment of Buddhahood, as all consciousnesses of a Buddha are transformed into wisdom. Thus, acquiring Buddhist intellectual wisdom, prajna, in Buddhist cultivation, is significant for the attainment of Buddhahood. Magnificent features of the Buddha. It takes sentient beings at least three incalculable kalpas to complete the cultivation of Buddhahood. The Bodhisattva of sublime enlightenment has experienced and fulfilled all these inconceivable times of cultivation. He only needs to complete his attainment of Buddhahood in his final life, one lifetime, as a Bodhisattva before becoming a Buddha. That is, he will manifest the 8 archetypal events in the life of a Buddha for us to witness. When the Bodhisattva of sublime enlightenment becomes a Buddha, he will have not only the 10 epithets of the Buddha, but also all the other characteristics of a Buddha, including the 10 powers for fearlessnesses, self-confidences, 18 unshared factors of the Buddha, 32 major marks, and the 80 secondary marks of a great man. Encountering the Bodhisattva of sublime enlightenment seems almost unthinkable for most of us in the Dharma-ending era, let alone directly meeting the Buddha. Nonetheless, we ought to feel fortunate enough that the Buddha's teachings are still around in the Saha world for us to follow. Fundamentally, our cultivation process will revolve around accumulating merit and virtues and enhancing 2 types of wisdom for attaining awakening to our true mind, Tathagata. With the guide map of 52 predetermined cultivation stages, we can pinpoint our current level of achievement and know how to navigate our way further. The 52 predetermined cultivation stages taught in the Flower Garland Sutra are the stages of 10 faiths, that is, accumulated faith in the Buddha Dharma will take 1 to 10,000 kalpas to accomplish 10 abodes, 10 practices, 10 dedications, and 10 grounds, plus the 2 stages of awakening, virtual enlightenment and sublime enlightenment. These are the 52 cultivation stages for becoming a Buddha. The Buddha also explains that only in his teachings will we learn how to attain any of the 4 fruitions of sanctity. 1. Stream enterer, Srotapanna. 2. Once returner, Savardagaman. 3. Non-returner, Anagaman. 4. Arhat, or Pratyabhadada. The discourses in all the sutras will lead sentient beings to correctly generate both types of wisdom through the gradual cultivation process of the path to liberation, path to Buddhahood, and the desire to be of benefit to all other beings. Notably, we will not achieve Buddhahood if any one of these is missing. 2 types of wisdom. 1. Mundane wisdom. The principles taught during the 3 turnings of the Dharma will differ from the novel technologies and open learning concepts prevalent in the mundane contemporary world. The Buddha Dharma is not developed and does not evolve into doctrines predicated on the gradual progression of the open learning process from the simplest to the more complex. The mundane learning process refers to the basic human instinct of survival, such as procuring food and having sex. As we grow up and start to build up our knowledge, we tend to pamper ourselves even more from what we learned and try to satisfy our ego through research and development, that is, the more complex technologies and civilization. These make up mundane wisdom. 2. Transmundane wisdom. In contrast, the contents of the Buddha Dharma as a religion were established by the Buddha, who had personally attained the unsurpassed and perfect realization of the prajna. A Buddha's wisdom is achieved through the 52 predetermined stages of the cultivation process for bodhisattvas. These stages serve as the backbone structure that Buddhist disciples must follow. Practitioners who have initiated the Bodhisattva mind can pursue the goal of achieving each stage. The crucial threshold is to attain awakening to the true mind first, enlightenment, thereby bringing forth the prajna, and based on this prajna, we can progress sequentially to the higher stages and eventually achieve Buddhahood. Given that the final Buddhist goal is to transcend the stream of transmigration within the three realms, any worldly attachment will hinder the path to liberation. That is to say, human development and civilization are an endless cycle of impermanent phenomena of birth, sickness, aging, and death. Therefore, Buddhists deem the phenomenal world as impermanence, suffering, emptiness, and eventually, selflessness. When we gear our behaviors, thoughts, or cultivations away from mundane affairs or phenomena, we are developing and acquiring transmundane wisdom. Conclusion. As we advance in an orderly way through the 52 cultivation stages with the help of Buddhas, we will ultimately perfect the 4 types of wisdom of a Buddha, whereby the 8th Vijnana is transformed into the grand perfect mirror wisdom, the 7th Vijnana is transformed into the wisdom of equality, the 6th Vijnana, mental consciousness, is transformed into the wisdom of wondrous observation, and the 5 other Vijnanas are transformed into the perfect achievement wisdom. Hence, acquiring both mundane and transmundane wisdom is like making both our legs work harmoniously for us to move forward steadily in our cultivation path. Constantly applying both types of wisdom in our daily life will assist us in many aspects of our practices to attain Buddhahood throughout the 3 incalculable kalpas. Thanks for watching. Namo Buddha Sakyamuni.